Okay, what am I doing today? What are we working on? Okay. I think last time I left off, I was rewriting... Oh yeah, this blurb here. I was rewriting my procedural terrain height map algorithm into a compute shader. I think where I left off with that, I actually got most of it re-implemented. We did... what did we do? We got height curves in there, applied to the noise to kind of extract the noise, extrude it into the world, and we did chunk blending between all the neighbor chunks between different sets of parameterized noise. Oh yeah, we parameterized the noise. That was a whole thing. That was a pain because of how structs work in shaders. Yeah, we're blending the altitude between different chunks, we're blending the noise between different chunks. The height curve is a part of that parameterized noise, so that's blended in there. What else is a part of it? Let me just click play here. Oh yeah, the border splines is where we left off. And I've been trying to fix those because they've been broken for quite some time. And I thought it was because of 5.5, but now I'm second guessing that. Because when I've been trying to fix them, so they're a lot closer than they used to be. But you can see there's still some seams. Oh yeah, those aren't supposed to be there at all. But it's mostly here. Mostly here. And so for the spline border mountains, it's not like fully on the in the shader, because come to find out, splines are actually incredibly complicated, and you can't just like re-implement a spline in a shader very easily from what I've been searching. There's like a lot of math to it. But what I've been doing is just like sampling each vert distance to the spline and putting that all into a buffer and then sending it to the shader, which is honestly kind of a waste at this point. Because all I do is like, what do I do? Here's the shader. Yeah, all I do is end up like multiplying it by some more curve. So I may as well just do that on the CPU since, you know, the heavy lifting is all done there anyways. And it's not working properly. The distances are not correct. And it's actually kind of complicated to do this. Like, you wouldn't think it would be too hard, you know, like once you get the lines, you know, just sample them. But no, it's much more complicated than that because these splines are quite large. And if I do that, 82 I think is the one, yeah. So there's the spline for this zone. And so if I were to just sample this spline for every vert in the chunk, it would take forever. So I have to subsection the spline down to like the fewest number of points, which getting those fewest number of points is actually kind of a pain in the ass. So looking at my world map here, there's actually a lot of like edge cases that I've been trying to iron out, and the code is getting just more and more complicated. So I'm like, how did this ever work? I was pretty sure it worked at one point. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I was just testing under a very, very happy path scenario. And like points like you'd think it would just be like, oh yeah, just get the point nearest to, you know, that chunk. and just get its neighboring points, you know. But it turns out like there can actually be like this choke point is one such scenario here. This little 1 pixel green neck choke point in between the 2 blues here, because it's actually I need 2 different splines now actually, because there's going to be actually 2 borders that influence this 1 pixel. Now I need both of those. And there's more wonky scenarios I can point out as well. There's another one. I don't know if there's an example of this on this map. Well, this red one might be an example. Like this red one has actually 2 different border spline. One of them is right here and one of them is up here because the ocean like breaks it into 2. And so every zone doesn't just have 1 border spline. It can have multiple. So you have to deal with that as well. And then there's like weird scenarios like this right here where it's just like I actually need like the neighboring ones as well. And so like the logic I was doing for this was like when I'm considering a chunk and I want to get the border spline subsection of it so that I can efficiently sample it, I get all the neighboring chunks and I calculate their like edge points. And these are the points I use to create the splines in the first place. And they're just like the halfway point on the edges. So like this corner one would have 2 points, 1 in the middle of each edge. And like this one here, this dangling one would have like 3, 1 on each side and 1 on the bottom. And getting those in order, oh, that was a pain in the ass too. Lines are hard. Lines are hard. But yeah, for a given chunk, I like look at all of its neighbors and get all of its neighbor edge points. And those are like the points that I want to build the spline out of. Or, and there could be any number of them, any number of border splines. And I can't just use like the zone that the chunk belongs to's border spline, because the neighbor is going to have a different one, slightly different, right? It's going to be for the most part the same. Like a lot of them line up pretty well, but it's going to be like on the corners where they kind of diverge a little bit, or like the corner between like 3 different zones, they kind of diverge a little bit. So I have to get both the neighbor and the current zone border spline subsections, and then I just have to check which one's closer and lerp. And if I do that for every single one, it'll create a nice contiguous mountain here. But what I found out is that I'm actually not, with that logic, I'm not actually sampling enough. Because like it's kind of hard to see the chunks here, and debugging this has been an absolute pain because I changed all my terrain chunks into components, and I'm kind of regretting that. Because now here is like the spline that I'm sampling, which is not correct. Hang on, what did I last do here? Oh yeah, it was this thing. Let me comment that out. We'll comment that out and rerun it, because that looks worse than the closest I've gotten. So yeah, last thing I was doing, I think earlier this morning, I was trying to figure this stuff out. Let's rerun that. So, you know, maybe I'll pontificate upon this a little bit longer. I kind of want to move on to something else, though, because it's not fun. I think splines are going to be... Yeah, see, those 2 errant mountain ranges are gone now. Now we just have a little bit of mismatch. But that's because... And so here's the spline. It's all of the splines, which is annoying, because I'm just adding them onto the endless terrain. So they're all here. Like, what was it? I think it was chunk 3, 0 that I was considering. Is it this one? No, that's the wrong way. I need -3. I need -3, 0. And you can quickly understand why this is such a pain. I have to scroll through this list and remember the chunk coordinates instead of just clicking on the terrain chunk in world space. There it is. Okay, yeah, this one, this guy. Okay, so the spline points are based on, like I was saying, halfway between each corner on each side of the chunk, if there's a neighboring zone in that direction. And then I have some RNG, some deterministic RNG offsets to them, so they're not perfect, so it makes the borders look a little better. Not so like right angly. So yeah, I think this one and this one are like the halfway point here and here between, you know, this is a different zone up here. So those two are included. And then this one would be included as well because this is a neighbor chunk and so is this. They're halfway, their point is right there. And then we also get this one, which I think actually it has two, not just one. Like this one's a straight edge, so it only has one. This one's a corner, so it has two. I think this one's a corner as well. And like, if I find the spline here, now I have to find spline -30. Oh, there's two of them. Fantastic. Draw spline. Here's what I was doing to debug this. So now I have to click off. Let's get rid of the water so I can go underground and actually look at them. Okay, so there's the subsection spline that I'm referencing here. There's the subsection spline. You can see this doesn't quite match up. These two corners don't have the right values. It looks like these, it's like so close. But I think that's because I need an extra point. Because if you look at this last one, it just goes straight, and I think this last segment should be curving more. And to get it to curve more, I need one more line, or no, one more segment on this side, one more point, which extends, you know, what this chunk cares about to not just its neighbor chunks. And so that's why I'm like, why? How did I ever have this working? And I'm pretty sure I did have it working at one point. So I don't know what happened here. And so I tried to, like, I think the logic I've been following is something along the lines of keep track of the first and last added indexes, and also keep track of the current chunks edge points and where their indices are. And if like the last added or first added indices are not far enough away from the current chunks edge points indices, then I haven't added enough. And that made them look better, but I'm still missing it. And this spline did not get any longer, and it should. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think the minimum we should have, I think it sticks with the logic I have now. And I think, don't I log? Yeah, I think I log all the counts here. Points per spline 1, which I guess is technically possible, but I don't think under these scenarios are, right? Like if there was only one border chunk, that would be possible, I suppose. Yeah, this one is 39 points? Like what? What on earth? 44 points on that one. Yeah, I have some errors in my logic then. So yeah, this is what I get to work on. So yeah, maybe I need to rewrite this text thing. Do I even want this right now? Maybe not. What am I doing today? I don't know what I'm doing, so yeah, just get rid of that. Okay. So I have a min in each direction number, and I picked 3. I need a minimum of 3 in each direction. Yeah, I thought of some different logic that wouldn't work. Where it's like only get the chunks edge points and then walk outward from there. But then for like this chunk, this imaginary chunk right here, you'll have to visualize. You can see it's still influenced by the border spline, but it doesn't have any edge points itself, so that logic doesn't work. I mean, maybe I could just find like the nearest one, the nearest input key, and then walk outwards from there in either direction. But that logic sounds a lot simpler than what I have now. But then I would have to get like potentially 3. For I need 3, potentially 2, I think. Because like that wouldn't work for the choke point example, right? That one, or like not necessarily a choke point. Any one pixel that doesn't have like at least 3 neighbor pixels in its same zone, I think is the case here. Because like for this one, I couldn't just go 3 in either direction from the closest spline point, because I would pick either left or right. It wouldn't do both. And go 1, 2, 3. So I wouldn't get the other side. And these are like garbage chunks anyway. They're like entirely mountain. It's literally just one. This is just one big mountain right here, essentially. So it's not. It doesn't even look like it's a part. It'd be nice if I could just get rid of those. That's not like interesting at all, really. I mean, I guess it kind of like makes a little mountain range, a natural mountain range. What is this? I think those are 2 different zones. Yeah, they are. So yeah, I'll have to get like the 2. I think I'd have to get the 2 nearest. And then I'd have to check if their indices are adjacent or not. And if they're not, then I know I have a scenario like this, where I need to do it twice, walk outwards twice. Would that work? So this one right here was another interesting scenario. This little hook. This looks like a kind of Space Invaders type guy here. Just thinking, I'm thinking about edge points here, and like any cases I'm not thinking of where this logic would fall through. And boy, oh boy, how I wish I just had a magic fader function to get closest spline point to other point. If anyone knows anything like that, hit me up. Because then I could just pass the entire spline to the GPU, and it probably wouldn't be that expensive to sample it, the entire border spline. Now, honestly, maybe for this case, like, maybe I actually think, I was thinking this before, and because I was thinking, like, do I even need splines here? Should I just get rid of them? They're so complicated and yucky. And I was thinking about how I wanted to do like terrain features and areas within zones and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I need splines for that. I need to be able to create spline zones, essentially. I essentially want to be able to procedurally, is like, you know how in WoW you walk into a zone And then it shows the zone's name. You know, you walk into this zone, like, Paralis or whatever, you know. But then you walk into like the little subzone, right? Like you might just be in the global, not global, but the zone Paralis area. But then there's like, you know, like a little cave or something. You walk into the cave, and then it says like, what are the ogres there in Paralis? The Gorduni? The Gordon Cave or something like that, it'll say. And I think I need splines for that. And I was thinking about like PCG and stuff like that for like if I wanted it, you know, maybe you cross the threshold into like a wooded area that's within this zone. You know, maybe this half of the zone is wooded and then this half is just like a plains type area. When you cross that threshold, I want to be able to say like, oh, you're now in the blah blah blah, the Black Forest, or, you know, whatever. The Whispering Woods, as the AI likes to say. And I was looking at like PCG and stuff like that, and you can create surfaces from splines in PCG. So I'm like, okay, that probably would interop with that quite well. But I think I need to stick with the splines and just get good. And then for this this island here, like I think I want the full spline around here. Not just the border spline. Well, it's like the zone spline and then like the border mountain spline. There'd be 2 border mountain splines here, creating a mountain range on each of these, which maybe on islands I don't even want. But yeah, I think I would need the whole thing, and then I would want it to connect as well. It's like right now I don't have contiguous, I forget what they call it, closed loop spline. Yeah, right there, you can see it. This connects right there. I think the point I pick is just arbitrary, and then I start walking around it to build the spline initially. Yeah, maybe if I just made it to where every zone has one contiguous closed loop spline, then it wouldn't be so, the logic would get even easier, right? Because then if you just get to a I would have to maintain which ones are actual edge points and which ones aren't, or what am I calling it, border mountain points, and which ones aren't. Then you just like ignore it, right, and keep going until you get some more. Oh no, I clicked. Oh no. That rendered incredibly fast. I'm actually quite impressed at that. Let's go to this neck. Actually, I want to see this place. Go over here. Okay, taking a little bit longer this time. Maybe we crashed. Wow, look at that. Oh, this place is nuts. Where am I? Interesting. This is like a very, very tall area. I kind of like it. I didn't realize my any of my noise could actually get that tall. That is a big mountain there. Yeah, another thing I wanted to work on was some more optimizations, which was why I was rewriting my 2D height map rather than a shader. But you see those little pauses are waiting for the rendering thread to come back, which I need to like asynchronously do that. But I'm walking down here because I want to see this like long here. I think my cursor is off. The map cursor, I believe. Actually, I mean, I guess I am in this area though, right? So this didn't actually, I thought this was going to be like garbage zone area, but I guess not entirely. This one sucks right here. It's just created like a little circle actually. Oh, I think it actually goes like this. But then these mountains are like wrong. cool. Very cool. Take a look at this. I want to look at this choke point. We're going right there. What I just do is I just move my character and then I let the endless terrain like tracks player location, and then you know, renders. Look at this one. What is this one doing? That one's bullshit. But it tracks player location and adds and removes chunks as necessary. Like, that's where I started. I'm way over here. Here's me. And it would be nice to like actually, and this is kind of a, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. This sounds really complicated, but it would be really nice to be able to use splines. Like, you know, I could procedurally put some spline areas in each zone. That part I want to do with PCG, and I think can be done pretty easily. But then it would be nice to actually change the terrain, parameterized terrain in that spline area. I can do it per chunk. Per chunk, I can do it. I know how to do that. But just having arbitrary areas seems very difficult. So I may be limited there. So yeah, it may just be limited to per chunk, which I can still do. Like I could say like, oh, this chunk has a different noise than that chunk within a zone. That I can do at the moment. That one won't work. But yeah, maybe I should try that new logic, because I didn't actually see anything. Actually see anything that would trip that up like I did the other idea I had. Get that out of here. What is the let me get border splines. Let me think here. Let me give me one moment. Okay. What I wanted to do, let's assume I only have one border spline. Make this easy. And I want to like border spline nearest. What is it? What is the fucking function I use here? Hit spline point at. Where? What function do I use? The closest spline point. Border spline. Find transform closest to world location. Aha. Find input key. That's what I would want, because that's like the point. And so I would want trunk world location. And input key closest to world location, and I'm just gonna... It's a float. Okay, float. Input key. I want the index. I mean, the input key is the index, I'm pretty sure. I just don't get why it's a float. Can we just return N32 here? Just do that. I want to go two different directions with it. I equals input key. Less than, and then let's do that num to take in each direction. Go 3 in each direction. Should I do 3? Maybe more. May need more. Well, we'll start with 3 and see how that looks. I is less than input key plus num to take, and then I need another one to go in the other direction. So we're going to go I equals input key. This one's going to go backwards. This is going to iterate backwards. These might need to be while loops, because this spline is not a closed loop. Like when I get to the beginning of the spline, I'm gonna need to change the pointer to the index to the end to keep iterating. Ooh, that's annoying. The happy path here is quite nice, actually. Let's imagine happy path. And so I'll just say, like, if is there an isValid index on here? No. If I is greater than or equal to number of spline points, we break, because we're done. Then here, yeah, if it's less than 0, we break. Happy path. Okay. And then I'm gonna what? Get spline point and index. What? At I, and that returns. What do I need? Right, coordinate space. I want that in world for sure. Line points. And so now I want the spline subsection, which is, we need to create a new one. What is it? Terrain chunk. Get terrain chunk. Create new border spline. Okay, easy. Spline subsection, and then we just want to add these points to them. Add point, spline point. Now, does this... The input key I think I need to change. Yeah, the input key I need to change. Because it could, like, wrap around if I don't put the input keys in the right order. Okay. Yeah, this is actually going to be a copy. I actually need this point to be a copy. Yeah, so I do need to change the input key. And I suppose the input key, because I'm going backwards, the first, it's going to be num to take, or it's going to be input key plus I is going to be that input key, and it'll be the opposite here. So let's copy all that. Input key, now it's going to be minus I. Heck yeah. Okay, that's actually so easy. Make sure to update the spline. And it should already be updated. Okay. Okay, so I guess the issue here, I need to do this for every biome. Yeah. Well, maybe I can pop this into a function real quick. Return a new spline component, new biome component, get spline subsection. Then I need an input spline. Oh, and I need to offset this, but yeah, I need to, because otherwise I'm going to add the same point twice if I start on the same. Maybe I should just offset. No, this is fine. Well, no, because now it's actually going to be off. Will it be off? It's just going to it's going to be lopsided if I don't do that. And then, okay, so plus I equals input key plus 1. No, it shouldn't be input key plus I. Okay, the input key is wrong here. It should be the input key. This is gonna be a huge number. It's not even gonna be the same. It's gonna be like in the 30s or something. This should be num to take plus I, right? Because I know that there's going to be num to take less. Well, hopefully. Yes, okay. I think I need to do something different here. Let's first of all flip this so I'm doing the ones before first. And rather than, we're just going to continue rather than break. And we're going to start at input key minus num to take, and then work forwards. So we add them in order. And then input key just becomes then spline subsection get number of spline points. And then while I is less than input key. You know what? And we're gonna, oh, we can do this all in one loop. I don't know why I thought I needed 2 loops here. Okay. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be so, if this ends up working, it's gonna be so much cleaner than what I was doing before. Input key minus num to take. Input key plus num to take. This might need to be less than or equal. It might be lopsided, we'll see. Okay, get spline subsection. I actually need to do this, yeah, if chunctors to check. So let's comment all this out. Oh, and I forgot I need to like stitch them back together and stuff. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see if we need that. I think I need one more there. There we go. Get spline subsection for chunk to check. Border splines. Well, I guess I need to do this for each border spline. Okay. Take that back. Okay. Let's see what happens. I actually am reasonably confident here. It's not, I know there's a couple sessions, what am I trying to say? Sections that are going to be not correct. Like, where the section where the head and tail of the spline are. That one's going to be weird. Maybe we just let that be a natural entrance point. Maybe we just let that in. It might, would that just, create a natural entrance point, or would that actually make seams in the meshes? I think it might actually make seams in the meshes, so we may have to fix it. And I may just go back and, try to make the closed loop splines. But I'm not sure. Does that matter if you iterate over it? Like if I get a -1, index of -1 from a closed loop spline, would that actually give me the end? We'd have to test that. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if it's closed loop or not. I have to do that logic anyway. Gotta do that logic anyway. Yeah, let's click play. See what happens. It did not like that. Why didn't we like that? Why didn't we like that? This is null. Oh, null terrain chunk here? Huh. Where's the terrain chunk map? Oh, where are the chunks at? This, I swear this has never happened before. The chunks aren't created. Okay, is this a one-off situation? Yeah, maybe all the chunks weren't actually created, but that's I've literally ran this so many times and that's never been the case. So why is it now? I mean, I don't need the chunks to be created. I'm just putting I'm storing the splines on there so I can see them in the world for testing. Okay, we'll just give this one more shot, and if it breaks again, we'll just yeah, okay. Okay. Let's create a new component, new object. If this works, I will be quite happy, and we can move on. Yay. I'll close that for now. Not crashing. Alrighty then. Ah, yes. Okay. Ah, there's still some seams, isn't there? You son of a bitch. Okay. I'm just now realizing that there are actually going to be some chunks where we don't want to render any mountains. We don't want to render any mountains. Okay, so I think that number may need to be ticked up to 4, or maybe I need like a less than or equal to. I'm gonna put a breakpoint there. I want to see how many actually come out of that. I'm thinking it should be 6. Line subsection. Line curve. 8. 8. The first one has a position of 0, 0, 0. Input key is 30. So I should have started at 27. We do 27, we do 28, 29, 30. And then we do plus 3 less than 30 plus 3 less than 33. So we're 30, 31, 32, 33. Then we add that. Wait, that's 7. So why is there 8? I mean, that's actually more than I thought was going to be in here. That's fine. It's not right, because there's still seams. But shouldn't it have stopped at 6? Anyways, let me check a couple more. Also 8. Also 0, 0, 0 at the first one. Oh, I think it starts. I think it starts with a. That's why it has 8, and that's why I'm like, why would it be? Why would it be off? So another thing I need to check is where is it? Yeah, there we go. I need to check. Well, this is a bad way to check. Right here. Okay, so I need to float dist to line equals okay, yeah. Is it in world? Is that in world space? That's point index. I need like just find near transform closest. Yeah, I just need that. And then let's do chunk location, world chunk load. Yeah. We want that in world. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, sir. Yes, we do. Righto, indeed. Is this dist square? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so float dist to spline. Oh, it's F transform. Spline transform. Okay, so now I do the dist. Okay. You know what? Let's just dot get location. Call this an F vector. I don't need the scale and rotation. So okay, so now we get the dist. World chunk loc, and we can do distance squared here. And I'll say if dist to closest greater than get max spline distance, and we gotta square that. We're gonna return null pointer. That's fine. We can do one of these fancy if and nits. There we go. Nice. Okay, so now that should get rid of those mountains in the middle where we didn't want them. Where basically, I kind of came up with this max spline point distance. It's like the max distance that a mountain can influence a chunk at, so to speak. Okay, it's taking a while. There we go. Okay. Okay. It looks good. Oh, shit. Oh, it looks better. Do we just need more points? Do I just need more points? We're so close. So close. Now, okay. Okay, let's take that up to 4. See what happens. Hoping that just kind of solves all our problems. Oh, oh, I got so excited. We're so close. Does it really need more than 9 points in either direction? There's literally just that one case. Oh, there's literally just that one case. Are you serious? Okay, let's just do a less than or equal to, I think, maybe. That should give us an even number. So that should give us 10, I think. Music, hello, why are you stopped? Spotify is throwing a fit right now. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's see how many we have. How many points we got? Points 9. Wait, I thought we had 9 already. Okay, I guess I didn't actually change anything. Okay. Okay. Taking 46 seconds. Oh no, I was breakpointed, so. Wait, did that fix it? Wasn't it over here? Am I crazy? Oh, it fixed it. Okay. We did it. Woo! We fucking did it. Dude, it's so crazy how useful talking out loud is. You guys are such a good rubber duck. So I came up with a new idea as to how I should do this logic while I was just talking out loud, recapping my approaches. I came up with a like 10 times simpler approach that I got working in what, like in half an hour maybe, if that, 20 minutes, I don't even know. Crazy. There's still some edge cases I need to handle that aren't handled here. Let's actually try and go to one and see what happens, because I did not do this section, the choke point approach. So I'm wondering what that's going to look like. If it only renders one mountain, I'm fine with that. I don't care. Which I think is actually what it would do. As long as there's no gaps, like I can live with that. It looks like it's actually pretty good. Look at those mountains. Heckin' yeah. I think it actually worked though. Like it created the choke point. I guess it used the neighbor biome ones. I guess it used the neighbor biome. Yeah. Okay, so that actually worked, surprisingly. Try to find some more weird scenarios here. Now let's go back and look at this section, because we were looking at this before, so we should know what it looks like, or what it did look like rather. And I do want to. Oh, we have a seam. We have a seam. I knew it was too good to be true. Oh shit, and I'm falling. Oh, we have seams. Oh, help. Okay, so why did that happen? Oh, really? I'm paused so I can't open the map. Okay, why would that have happened? And do I just need to increase the number of points? This may be because there's also a choke point here, so this may be a choke point issue. Let me see, there's another scenario. Let's go over here. I'll check out some scenarios. Oh god. Yeah, this one's a little torn too. Why would this one be an issue? Look at this zone. It's a cute little zone. Okay, so why would this zone? Huh. So I guess what happened? This we got the closest point to this chunk right here, which was probably right down here or over here. No, it was probably over here. And we went put 1, 2, 3, and then stopped, or 4 and then stopped. Although it looks like we probably stopped at 3, so right there, because this corner would not be there. And the more points I add, like the slower this is gonna get. Okay, let's profile this right now. Profile the generation right now. Maybe once I do some performance improvements, it won't matter too much, but I still want to see how much the border spline stuff is actually impacting generation speed. Generated in about 20 seconds. Is this it? No. No, it is not. What am I looking for? I forgot what my neighbor chunk splines is what I should be looking for. Where is, oh my god, it's tiny. Okay. Okay. Never mind. That's actually incredibly small. Well, take that back, because the real part, just calculating the subsections is very small, very performant. Get vert dists to border spline. This is probably, that's probably much more substantial. Live coding. Live coding. Okay, trace it. Okay. About 20 seconds it should take. And I think it'll go a lot faster. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I'll do this right now, actually. Well, I want to commit things and be clean about my commits. Okay, we can stop. I was just thinking about how, like, my commits are so much dirtier when I'm not at work. When I'm just hobby programming, I'm like, you know what? I'll just fucking commit everything. Yeah, this guy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Yes, I see. So, bad news. Getting the distances. Now, what happens if I do dist squared, actually? And then in the shader, I can do the square root. Or rather, just chunky boy. That is me. I am feeling quite chunky today, too. Or rather, I could just do that. In the shader. There we go. And then I don't have to do the square root. So this will be an interesting test to see how much more performant not square rooting is. How many points am I iterating over? Oh, you know, just 58,000 per chunk. No big deal. Nothing major. 58,000 per chunk, and there's about 100 chunks, so 5 million, something like that. And this is all to avoid doing shader logic in a shader. What did I say? Spline logic in a shader. How you doing, Pixel Shake, by the way? Welcome in. I am trying to nail down my border spline mountains. Trying to get those fixed and recreated. And right now I'm just sending all the distance calculations to the shader, and then the shader just applies it. So it's kind of worthless right now, but this was just like a first step. Because it turns out, I was researching this before stream and a little bit throughout the week, shaders are actually really fucking complicated. Bezier curves and stuff like that. And I could not find just a simple, like, give me closest dist or closest spline point to location function in the shader. Okay, so that was with no. Where were my mountains at? What the heck happened there? Is there anything stopping you from doing it as an async task? No, I just haven't gotten there. It was async. It was async before, but when I transitioned to doing it in a shader, I'm like queuing up the shader on the game thread, and it's all happening in the same frame. So that's next on the list for optimizations, is to dispatch to the compute shader, not blocking the game thread, essentially. What are the things below each chunk? Yeah, so each one of these, it's probably kind of hard to see on stream, but each one of these green ones is generating the height map for a chunk. And it's mostly generating the distances to the border splines. And it seems me doing the square root does not paid off. I think maybe I need to parentheses this. I think that's the issue. But that didn't actually change things very much, did it? No, it didn't. It didn't actually. I thought not doing a square root would be a lot faster. Let's try again. But yeah, this happens like sub-second, I think, without the without calculating the distances to the border splines. There we go. Yeah, that was the issue. Pause that, stop the trace. I thought square roots have been pretty much solved performance-wise with modern CPUs. Have they? I have not heard that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to make a huge... I mean, maybe a little bit, actually. Maybe a little bit. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Some of these are quite different. But I guess what you're saying is that the performance would be dependent on the CPU. I have fixed the mountains, though. The mountains look good. Mountains all have a top on them. Okay, I think I lost some information there, but that's fine. But yeah, I guess what I'm seeing is that the not doing the square root didn't really change much, so you're probably pretty much right there. Closest spline point. Other spline. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty expensive. Do your splines move? No, they do not. They're just there to calculate the mountains off of. I lerp away from them, essentially, using the distance. There's the border spline for this one. So I have to, like... I calculate all those for every single zone on this map here. And you can store them in their own T array, and then you don't need to function jump to the get point each iteration. So there's a lot more to this, because getting the nearest point on a spline, you have to iterate over all of the points on the spline. So I don't want to do that for every single vertex in the chunk. And so what I have to do is I have to subsection down the spline, because there's like, how many points on this one, right? There's like, you know, like 30 on there. And I can subsection that down to like 8 or 9, right? And then I can get the nearest distance for each vert, and it's a lot more performant. If I didn't subsection the splines at all, then it would like never finish running, essentially. So I have to subsection them, and then there's some more wonkiness here, like especially for these like intersection areas where there's like 3 zones intersecting. Like I actually need to get the neighbor zone splines as well and figure out which one is closer, because they could go like that a little bit. They could cross over a little bit. So I can't just only consider the zone that the chunk is in that we're currently, you know, creating the map for. I have to kind of consider a lot of things there, and it was quite complicated. And there's like these little scenarios that are still like not working properly. And then you got to think about like the choke point area here, where there's actually like it should be probably 2 spline subsections, not just 1, for this little choke point here. And like this one was 1. There was an area over here that was we'll see if I actually teleported to the right spot. There we go. Yeah, there's some seams still, so I may need to increase the number of points. Well, goodbye. So yeah, this area is a little wonky as well. One right there. There's like I changed the logic to like, I used to like tabulate all of the neighboring chunks and their edge points, because I sample some edge points from each chunk, just like a halfway point on each chunk side. So a chunk could have potentially 4, but not really, because that would mean it's a 1 chunk zone. But at most 3 realistically, edge points, and then I connect all those edge points and then form the border spline, do some random offset to it. But before I was taking like a chunk, looking at all of its neighbor chunks, getting all of those edge points and being like, hey, here's the edge points that I want. And then trying to connect those, but that wasn't enough. I needed more in each direction. So I changed to just like, get the nearest spline point to the chunk center and give me 4 points in each direction. But like for this one, I know why this one's wrong. Because for this chunk right here, the closest point's probably right here. And then I probably go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't actually, because this chunk actually has influence from spline that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, probably like 9 or 10 away, actually. So kind of a pain. Kind of a pain. And that's why I had the other logic in there. That's yeah, for situations like that. Maybe I should change it to do the 2 nearest points. Well, that would handle the choke point scenario. Is the next nearest right there? Kind of hard to tell. Maybe the next nearest would be like over here or something. Yeah, maybe I need to do even more. This is close enough for now, though, I think. Oh, I don't want to... I'm in like a halfway point where I commented out all my old algorithm, which was much more complicated, but did handle that scenario I just pointed out. And then like the splines aren't always contiguous, the border splines. Like there could be a zone. There could be a zone. Okay, I have to teleport back up. Let me teleport back, okay. Oh my god, I keep falling through the ground. Jesus. Can I not fall? I guess my velocity is just like too high. Like, oh my god, why is this happening? Okay, fine. But like this zone is what I'm trying to talk about. Like this zone would actually have 2 discontiguous splines. One would be right here, and another one would be right here for the borders. Stick CCD on your character capsule. What is CCD? Continuous collision detection or something like that? Use CCD. What's the performance hit on that? Is it negligible? Not really negligible, but it's okay for a few hero objects. Well, luckily, I have the entity system, so I don't need to be concerned with the rest of the actors having that. Okay, let's test it out. Let's load up this other area. All right, I'm just gonna smack the ground. Let's go. Okay, that worked. Rip. Well, at least I'm not falling to the ground anymore. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. The ragdoll, I guess. Yeah, the ragdoll is what messes it up there. Oh, it still happens if I'm going fast enough. Oh, but I think it's the because I ragdoll when I hit it. It just moves through. So I think that's the issue, actually. I think the ragdoll is the issue, not necessarily the collision detection. I'm like flying sideways now. Anyways, okay, so the splines aren't solved. I think most cases are with this, though. Oh, that's so annoying. Ooh, that is so annoying. I do have the list of relevant edge points. Maybe I should just make sure that all of those are contained in the spline. And if not, like, just keep adding. Oh man, it's gonna be so performance intensive. Well, I just want to see, let's just see how fast it is without any of that. I just want to be able to compare. If I remember correctly, it was like 1 or 2 seconds. Oh, I didn't hit trace. Well, buffer issue. What happened here? Oh, it's, yeah, it's empty. Ugh, bear me. Okay. We'll have to init them still. Okay, let's try again. Okay. I should turn CCD off, if that doesn't exactly help me. Oh, it is off. Sweet. Didn't save. Hello? I mean, that went so fast. 4 or 5, it said 4 seconds. But now my terrain looks horrible. I don't actually know where it is now. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Each height map generates in like 4 milliseconds. Yeah, why is it all shitty though? Oh, I know why. Because of the distance here. Yeah, okay. Totally not suggesting this, just a thought. I just wonder if some of this kind of thing could actually be offloaded to a Niagara system. What part and why? Why would that be better than like a compute shader? Unless you're saying the Niagara system has some spline thing in it, that would help me. But for the rest of this stuff, it's all in a compute shader, so I don't think that Niagara would be beneficial. Wouldn't I just mean running a lot of the code on the GPU? Yeah, I mean, that's what I have. I have it all in a compute shader, so everything except for the spline stuff is in the compute shader. That's why it's so fast without it, without the border spline stuff. All the terrain noise, all the blending that I do. There's different noise settings per biome. Like here, this is the terrain algorithm right here. Yeah, I wanted to put the spline stuff on there, but like I was saying before, the splines equations are actually quite complicated. It's not exactly just input point into equation and get distance to the spline. Which is what I need. Okay, so do I want to keep going on the spline thing? Because it's like, for the most part, it is solved. So I thought that maybe the particle system could give you the distance in 3D space. Well, I mean, I would need to, like... I need to do, like, it's there's so much more than just that I need to do. Like, I need to, well, I guess maybe I wouldn't. I've never worked with Niagara, so maybe I wouldn't. Is there a spline thing in can I do Niagara something? Niagara. Oh Jesus! Of course, there's like a lot. I'm gonna just guess Niagara system. Default system, sure. Do I need system or emitter? I probably needed emitter. Oh God, what am I looking at? Fountain. I would like to add spline. Spline. Nothing. Like, how do you pass data to Niagara even? Particle update. Initialize particle. Spline. Is waveform a spline? Oh my God, what did I click on? These are some spicy noodles. Waveform. Yeah, I would need to figure out how to even do this. Yeah. Today is not that day. Let me just search Niagara spline Unreal. How to sample a spline component in Niagara. Well, that's just exactly what I need, isn't it?
Using Niagara. Let's go. Component to it, as well as a Niagara component.
Okay.
I also set the particle system's bounds, okay. But it seems that getting the spline component's bounds returns crap. So I instead estimate the spline's bounds myself by sampling it at regular intervals and getting the min-max position along the 3 axes. Hacky and very unoptimized, but whatever. I also add an arbitrary offset to increase the bounds, just to be on the conservative side of things when it comes to occlusion culling, and that's it. Quite a simple blueprint. Let's take a peek at the Niagara particle system. An empty system. I added an emitter using the empty template. switched it to GPU, and set its bounds mode to programmable to use the bounds I set in Blueprint. Particles lifetime, color, and sprite size were randomized. And then I proceeded to add a few built-in modules: spawn rate, shape location, apply initial forces, curl noise force, drag, solve forces, scale sprite size by speed, and scale color. Next, I created a new scratchpad module and added a spline input. This module is to position particles randomly along the spline upon spawn, and the emitter works in world space, so I just have to sample the position on the spline by unit distance in world space and use a random 0 to 1 value to distribute particles along the
sample spline position by unit distance.
Spline. This module must be placed before the shape location module to not override the location it sets, but also to allow this shape location module to act like a modifier, meaning that sphere location is applied on top of that random position along the spline. This module's spline input was also configured to reference the spline object set in Blueprint. This is a user parameter of type object I named spline, the same name I used.
Okay, and so what is the output,
meaning,
like the result?
given where a particle is currently located in world space, where is the closest point on the spline in a 0 to 1 range from start to end. I then sample a position on the spline at that unit distance to compare it to the
how would I get
particle's
data
current
out
position.
of this?
Just use the spline's
How do you
forward
get data
vector.
out of it?
It's quite simple. I simply use...
Is there a way to like get particle
half.
locations and then I would just spawn a particle like just like one particle? He is very French. Yeah, I think turning up the speed to 1.25 was not the move. Usually it is the move with these Unreal Engine
That's what this
videos,
Solve
but...
Forces module expects. Neat.
Yeah, so I guess like I would give it a spline and so I would need to give it a spline, then I need to get the distance from an arbitrary point in space to that spline. And so how would I get that data out of a Niagara system? Would I have to like spawn a particle or something? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look more into that off stream. Good tip. Oh, here's a... Oh no, oh no, oh god. Unreal Engine documentation. For exporting particle data. Okay, maybe this isn't so bad. Niagara data Oh, I actually came across this in the shader files. I was looking through to see like if there was any built-in spline shenanigans in the Unreal Engine shader, like built-in shaders. I actually came across this thing in there because it did have a reference to a spline. It wasn't useful for me though. But it can export position, size, and velocity. Store particle data node. So it would have to be like some data on a particle. But I suppose like if there are variables on a Niagara system, maybe I can just set like a variable or something. You can export any floats and any 2 vector 3 parameters you'd like. Not again in all caps. I'm not suggesting you do this. It was just what instantly came to mind when you were explaining what you wanted, but I've never done it for this case, so I can't say with any degree of confidence it will work or even if it's possible. Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds like it is what I want is technically possible because you can put a spline into this and sample it, I suppose, on the GPU. I just don't know like how realistic it is. You know, like maybe the overhead of like sending each spline and then getting the distance to each vert is oh, maybe that's a lot of overhead there, because I'd have to do it for each vert. I'd either have to like sample, I'd have to like do this export data for every single vert in a terrain chunk, which is 58,000 in a single chunk. BRB gonna get the milk. You still got a milkman? Where do you live that you still got a milkman? That's kind of cool. I think I would probably have to find a way to like, and I guess I could use a particle for each vert. I would have to pass in not only the spline, but I would have to pass in every single vertex's position as well. And if I just spawn particles at those positions, and then how would I get like a float out? What was it saying? Bare minimum setup that only exports position information. Yeah, I guess I could just throw it in the size variable. That's a float. Yeah, but you can have millions of Niagara particles active at one go and still have 200 FPS. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I would have to spawn a particle for every single vert that I wanted. You know, per terrain chunk. Yeah, I think something I'll probably... Appreciate the tip. This will be interesting to look into. Yeah, so maybe this means I should put aside the spline stuff for now, and I should just go into my terrain system optimizations. I'm gonna bookmark that by leaving that tab open. My favorite way to bookmark things. Instead of putting it in my bookmarks folder to die. Yeah, so I'm gonna look into that later. That actually seems somewhat promising. Let's, first of all, I gotta get rid of this stuff. What did I do here? This is just like sample, material, graph, compute shader. People be sleeping on Niagara. Yeah, I mean, it's on my list of things to like get into. And I know maybe it was you who was mentioning it. I forget, but someone, was it you, Pixel Shake? I forget. But someone was mentioning that they were using it for their RTS. I feel like that was you. But I feel like that makes like movement very, very difficult. Movement and pathfinding and stuff. And like my ECS system is kind of already built out. It works pretty well for what I need it for. So I kept meaning to like look into it, but I was like, ah, this is good enough. I don't need to look into it yet. I just kept kicking it down the road. Okay. What do I do here? Forgot what is all this commit is, like 2 weeks of work, so I have completely forgotten what I've done. That wasn't me actually, but it sounds fun. Okay. Yeah, they were whoever that was talking about they use the Niagara particles for their RTS units of the particles. Okay, I think I was just add border lines to height map shader and attempt to fix border spline mountain. I'll just say alignment. I'll know what that means. I'll know what that means in the future. Very hard to remember who said what when you don't have like a face and a voice. Just text on the screen to associate it with. Not that I was good at it to begin with anyway. One thing I've used it for was a test for a horror game where the monster was totally blind and instead it emitted invisible particles and tracked their positions, and when one of the particles reached the player or the monster could smell the player. That's pretty freaking cool. That's a very cool way to implement smell. It's actually really cool. So, or it could almost be like echolocation as well, if done slightly differently. Like if they bounced back, you know. That is pretty cool. So the monster emitted particles, or did like each player emit particles? Because it'd be kind of funny if each player emitted particles, and then like players could like fart or something, and you'd see a little puff of particles come out, and then they just like very cartoony make their way into the monster's nose. You know, where they like knock on the nostrils and then like go up into the nostrils. You guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like that sounds weird. Cartoon smell floating. Yeah, something like this. This is what I'm picturing. Something like that. Oh, here we go, even better. This one's got the hand on it. Anyways, anyways, what am I doing now? Oh yeah, we need to work on things. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do some generation optimizations. Smell goes around corners. Scotty TV, welcome in. It do. So each particle has to follow a spline. Well, if it doesn't, can't they have collisions and stuff? So can't they like bounce around? So if you just bounced them off the walls, they could make it around the corner as well. Funny you mentioned splines. We were just talking about them. Yeah, I was thinking that they would bounce, because I feel like that's probably how smell kind of works anyway. Okay, let's so we did get a baseline sample here. Bouncing smell, I like. You wouldn't like my bouncing smells. Okay, so here's our baseline. Each chunk about 200 to 300 milliseconds to generate. The entire thing taking about 20 seconds to generate the whole terrain. So that's going to be our baseline. And then I think just what I need to do is, I did have a way, looked into this earlier before stream to prepare. I have a way. Nice simple compute shader. Okay. Now this is one for a material interface, so I don't think I need all of this to dispatch a compute shader. But I just need like the callback. I just need the callback because I need to know when the shader's actually done doing its thing. There's a game called Senseless Fear, and each monster only had a single sense. That's pretty sweet. And as a team of 5 monsters, they'd hunt players that tried to do an objective. I mean, that kind of sounds like either Dead by Daylight or like Evolve or something. One of those. What do they call them? They call them like. I forget what they call it. What like async, not async, like unbalanced co-op or something. I forget what the name for that is. It sounds like one of those type games. Unless you're saying it would just be 5v5. In any case, it sounds like a fun game. It sounds like those Dead by Daylight players would love that kind of a game. Async, you're right? Okay. Took me a second, but I got there. So where is the where does this otherwise? Here we go. Oh, it calls back to it on the game thread. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Oh god, it's gonna be kind of a pain to pick out what I need from this and what I don't. Let me actually, you know what, here, let me do this. I want... So I found this nifty tool. Of course, completely after. Let me get the administrator privileges here. Of course, after I implemented my shader, but shade up Unreal, and this just like generates the shader boilerplate. Oh, I gotta like cd into my directory. Hello. Okay. Into my shaders, sure. I want compute shader base. Yeah, just give me that. What is the name? Base shader. Okay. Allegedly, that created a shader for me. But yeah, that little tool, let me link it here. But that little tool is quite nice for setting up the boilerplate for a compute shader. And I'm sad I found it after I already did the work of figuring it out on my own. We good? We good, Ryder? Where? Oh, where? There it is. I want the actual... Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want. Okay, I want this guy. Yes, I know how to set parameters and stuff. Okay, here's what I want. The dispatch render thread function. It actually looks like most of that was actually the same. Okay, let's just copy that. I'm going to copy that and put that into my shader. Where am I putting it? Where am I putting it? I guess just in generators CPP. Well, no, let me put it in not the shaders plugin. Wait, can I pass, is this just specific per the shader? Is this specific to the shader? Oh, I guess the params would be. I guess the parameters would be. But it just does raw data. So... Big group count, right? Oh, that's just like some arbitrary data, I guess. Or that's telling the shader how many threads it should run on. Which I think I would just hard code. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything specific to the shader itself. There it is. There it is, actually. But I suppose I could just rewrite this and pass that in pretty easily. Okay, let's do that, because I want to make this like reusable for each of my shaders. Okay, so I'm going to put that in actually the, and this doesn't make sense, the Marching Cubes shaders blueprint library. This doesn't make sense. We need to come up with a better name for that. Okay, so for RAMs, I just need the raw data, I guess. Let me format this a little better. And I need the shader type, What is a permutation vector? I don't think I need that because I definitely do this elsewhere and I don't pass that in. So I'm just going to assume that I don't need that. And we're just going to assume that that's fine until something else goes wrong. So I need, this probably actually needs to be defined in the header so I can do a type name here. Yeah, we need to put this in the other file. This maybe should actually be outside of the class, I'm thinking now. Thinking this should just be its own kind of standalone function. Let me grab a type name. What a template type name. Yeah, that's it. Shader type. Rams data. Shader type. Do I want to do anything here? This is like packaging up all the parameters and stuff, which I already do elsewhere. If you buffer read. Okay, so I think I can delete everything in here actually, so maybe I don't actually need the raw data. Maybe I don't need the parameters at all. I think I can delete all of this. The add pass, I do that elsewhere. Graph builder add pass. You can actually just look at that. Yes. What are the execute lambda? Okay. Data compute utils dispatch. Maybe I do need this last one, but the rest of them I'm quite sure. This whole section here is fine. Compute shader dot is valid. Yeah, in this case I would need to pass the parameters. Let me look where I do this. Builder add pass. Where else do I do this? Okay, I use this one instead. I suppose. Map gen. Yeah, we just use the shader compute utils add pass. And what does that do? That this other one isn't. It is passing an async compute flag. Is this in the... Where is this? Graph builder, add pass flags. Okay. Graph builder, pass name, compute shader, parameters. So I guess there should be a way for me to like, I guess I just need to pass in the graph builder itself. Well, no, because then I get the, where's this called from? This is dispatch render thread. Okay, yeah, so you enqueue render thread, and then that's where you get this RHI command list from. And then that's what you build the graph builder with. Okay, so Yeah, the parameters are going to be annoying if I have to pass them in. Then I'm going to need like a specific function for each thing. Output buffer as well. Add in queue copy pass. Oh no, what did I delete? Add in queue copy pass. So I do it differently. I do add extract buffer or something pass. Add extract buffer pass. What do they know that I don't? So this is just doing like this copy thing? This is doing a read back. Interesting that the extract buffer pass is not doing the copy, and the add in queue copy pass is doing read back. Yeah, I don't understand what the difference is here. In queue copy. Wondering if this is like more efficient or something. I feel like I should probably try to use the way that this little tool generated, rather than the way that I figured it out to do, because I feel like the way I figured it out was probably not the optimal way. But we'll do that we'll do that at first. You know what? We'll do that at first. Always execute shader. I guess I can copy those cycle counters over as well. Was it base shader something or other? Why are you unhappy? Stat shader executes. Oh yeah, I need to change this. You all happy there? Okay, good. Okay, so for the height map, I do 881. I'm just gonna hard code those for now, and maybe we can pass those in later. And let's just act like this pass is already added. So we actually we're gonna comment that out. Is what we're gonna do. I want both of these things out. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Output buffer in queue copy. We're just gonna act like that's not. We're not gonna do that either. Okay, so the rest of it compiles. Compute shader has a problem. Sure, that's fine. Runner func. Okay. If GPU buffer readback is ready. So wait, where's this runner func runnered at? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so they just async task to the rendering thread and then just do it there. That actually makes sense. They don't like they're not like using namespace async task or anything. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think this will actually compile. I think I do want to change dispatch render thread. So I guess they actually had some other functions in here that like wrapped them, right? Okay, I see. So I am actually going to pass the graph builder in. instead of the RHI command list, just to make it match up with what I already have. Comment that out instead. Make sure it's the ref, so it's the same thing. Params data, we don't need you anymore. Friendship ended with params data. Okay. Almost shader time, baby. Dispatch render thread. Okay, so you now need to be used in map generator. And what were the? Maybe I should copy these. I'm gonna copy these wrapper functions over, and they should be pretty easy to. Don't care about params. Dispatch game thread can be called from any thread. I really don't care about this one. What do, I'm gonna enqueue the command myself, actually. Okay, maybe I don't want these. Let me look here. Map gen builder.execute. Okay. So this is where I would want to do the dispatch render thread shader type should be f height map gen graph builder, and then I want the callback, which I forget what the int output val. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I want to change that. Output value. Okay, what are we doing here? Out val. Buffer 0. GPU buffer readback lock. Okay, so this is where this is going to get a little complicated. But essentially, I kind of just need to forward this function. And I don't think I actually need a output value, because those should already be getting got. Yeah, delete these. I'm not going to use those. Yeah, those should already be getting got. So async callback, really I just need to forward this async callback. So let me copy that. Okay. And I should already be in the render thread because I've enqueued the render command. And it calls back to the game thread. Okay. It explicitly deletes GPU buffer readback. Okay. And so in map generator, I need to change. I'm not going to flush rendering commands anymore. I am not going to do this anymore. T function, what is it? Void that. Async callback. Does that match? Okay, yeah. Okay. This is Game Thread City right here. And what do I want to do on the game thread? I mean, that shouldn't take that long. Generate map data 3D. It'd come right after that. Which right now is not doing anything. So, I guess we'll just throw that in there. Okay, and where this is called from is going to matter. We may have to change things. Not there, that doesn't matter. Generate map chunk where you called from. Here. Here, we only care about here. Okay, so now we can actually do this. We can initialize the chunk on the background thread like we were doing before, because we're just going to call back to the render thread anyway, and then go back to the game thread. The update chunk happening after this. I think I need to pass another callback in here. Callbacks all the way down, and then generate height map here. Yeah, we'll pass in another callback. They finished generating callback. Update that function. To finish generating callback. Do that at the very end. Ref, why not? Okay, call back, good. Const ref, sure. Update the declaration. And then here. Oh boy. Oh my god. Okay, that one can be empty. This one, however, where do we want to do the magic? There we go. Okay. That's a long chain of callbacks, but we're just going to see if it works. It can be prettier. It maybe should be. It maybe should be. Okay, does this compile? My favorite game. Do it compile? No, it don't. No, it don't. Oh, I can't just ugh, that's annoying. Fine, I'll pass it in explicitly. I don't understand the rules for like when you can and can't use the like ampersand in a lambda capture args. Like sometimes you can, but other times it's like I'm not expecting this. I think maybe it's when see, it doesn't like it here either. Note noise size finish callback. Okay. Does this need to be by ref too? I don't know. We'll just make it by ref just in case. Okay, try it again. Parade! Manisha Game Dev. Hello, I'm not familiar with you, but welcome everyone. Huge raid, thank you, welcome. We're working on some procedural terrain stuff here. doing some optimizations on our compute shader flow for our algorithm here. Just got finished rewriting my height map into a compute shader. And if this compiles, I can show you. What were you guys up to? Are you a fellow Unreal Engine developer yourself? Let me do a shout out. I'm so bad at do that. Shout out Manisha Game Dev. There we go. To do the magic word, right? I'm glad Ryder writes to dos. It looks like our shader crashed. Something crashed. Oh, right. Yeah, get rid of this shader now. Get rid of this guy. It was just our sample shader. Goodbye. Okay. Now let's rebuild. But yeah, tell us about what you're working on if you're still here. Yeah, so for my game, what I'm trying to do with it is a combination of 3 different genres that I love. The game I've always wanted to play, but I've never really seen anyone combine these 3 genres, and those are RPG, Colony Sim, and Roguelite is what I'm trying to do. And so some of the systems I've written here is, first thing I did was like procedural terrain, and I'm circling back around on that and making that more better, more gooder. And one of the things I did recently was combine 3D and 2D procedural terrain. So I did like a Martian cubes algorithm, which I've commented out for now just for testing purposes, but I'll turn that back on in a moment. Okay, let's see if this works. We may need to make some changes to it. It didn't work. I like a roguelike Colony Sim RPG. If you know of any, let me know. Love the WoW tracks. Yeah, I was stoked to find out that Bits and Hits allows you to play these, as long as you give credit. Okay, so what's happening here? But yeah, I did procedural terrain because I want every playthrough to be different. I want to have combat similar to WoW, and you'll see a lot of my icons and sounds are just ripped directly from WoW as placeholders. And you know, I want to have different classes and deep talent trees. And then I want a Colony Sim with some depth, similar to RimWorld, one of my all-time favorite games. And I also want it to be a roguelite, something akin to Hades is what I would use as my reference point there. Haven't really done any roguelite things yet. So far, the systems I've done are the procedural terrain. I have like a building system in there. I have some combat, some gameplay ability system combat. For those familiar with Unreal Engine, I was going to use Mass as the Unreal Engine's built-in ECS system, because like the thing I want with my Colony Sims is I want the whole world to be rendered, and I'll try to show you that when I get in game. But not rendered, but simulated, right? Like I don't want it to be like, you know, you have 4 colonists chopping wood, so therefore you just get 40 wood per hour. You know, I don't want it to be like that. You know, I want your colonists to actually have to go run through the forest, chop down the tree, bring the wood back. And if there's a wolf in that forest, I want them to get attacked by that wolf. And if they're not equipped enough to deal with that wolf, they're going to die, right? Or if they're not high enough level, or they don't have high enough skills, I want all that to matter. I want where you place your buildings, where the player built buildings are, like the pathing of your colony, I want that to matter too. My world is quite big, so I can't have all of that like actually running at the same time. And there's a lot of really interesting challenges with the terrain as well, because my terrain's not always going to be rendered either. It's a chunk-based system similar to Minecraft, so I'm not using the built-in Unreal Engine landscape. So yeah, a lot of things I'll have to do there. But this ECS system is going to help me actually simulate colonists and move them around in the world even when they're not actually rendered, right? They will be moving around in memory and tending to all their duties and getting attacked and stuff like that in memory. And so, you know, I want that to matter as you move around the world, right? Like if you don't want to leave your base defenseless, because then you might get raided by another colony while you're gone out, you know, collecting stuff. So that's kind of what I'm going for there. Manisha worked on her adventure puzzle game, Sophia's Path. It was a nice bug-fixing session. Hell yeah. Hope it was productive. A Greek myth puzzle game. Well, welcome in, guys. Appreciate the raid. You came at a time where I can't actually show off what I'm doing, because I just changed everything. And for some reason, executing my shader is not working. Appreciate the follow. I appreciate that. And of course, I'm not getting any relevant error message. The extract buffer pass. What is happening here? Yeah, so maybe I will have to go back to doing it like that example shader did it. And of course, I deleted all the code for that, so that's great. It doesn't like the mem copy. Yeah, I'm wondering if these callbacks are like kind of messing this up here. Making some of this stuff go out of scope. What are my parameters looking like? It knows what the buffer is. Does it actually have data in it though? That's just the destination. Okay. Let me look here. I need to go back and look at my local Git history here. Well, they were doing this right here. Okay. Using compute, dispatch. Yeah, maybe I should... Well, they did the in-queue copy pass. What do they need here? They needed the output buffer here. Maybe I should use this in my height map again. I need the buffer readback. Yeah, this is doing it like quite differently from what I was doing it before. How far am I into the project? I've been working on it for about 2.5 years. When I started, I didn't know anything about Unreal Engine or C++ or shaders or procedural terrain or anything, so it's been a journey. Okay, show me the height map gen function here. We add the pass and we add extract buffer pass. And what does this do? Show me what this does. And click on it correctly. Oh, it's doing readback. I'm doing like a mem copy thing here. Yeah, maybe I should be doing this there instead. Okay, let me try this. Because this is the shader where I'm getting my height map generated from, so I need the output buffer. Gee, they just create a new one here. So yeah, I guess I'll just create a new one. And then they specifically delete it afterwards. So I'll do the same thing. And you don't have a Steam page after 2 years. All right, listen. Ask me again in 5 years, and then maybe I'll have a Steam page. There's a lot of work to be done. Okay, no, you're good. I'm just playing around. I am not thinking anything commercial yet. I'm just having fun and seeing what I can accomplish so far. Okay, so that's all I changed. Maybe this is all I need to do? Yeah, I mean, once I get into the game, you'll see. I still just have a bunch of placeholder assets, so nothing marketable yet. Not even close. I am no artist by any means. I suck at animation and modeling and VFX. Write code like the Dickens, though. I'll say that. Okay, hopefully this works. That would be nice. That would be nice. If not, I'm not sure what else I should change. Okay, fingers crossed. Pray for me. By the power of Tim Sweeney. Damn it. Okay, we crashed in a different place. I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like this is actually crashing earlier. What? I didn't change anything related to that, though. Initial data, or initial. My number, my noise is empty. Does that matter? Yeah, I think it does. Wait, why did I do that? Do I need to initialize that? I do initialize it. Wait, why is it empty? It shouldn't be. Wait, how could that possibly be empty? I set dot init -1. Size is 241. So 58,000 vertices per terrain chunk. Interesting. What chunk is this for? This is for terrain chunk 3 -1. Why would that? This has never happened to me before. I'm just gonna rerun that. That's weird. That's weird. Noise. Yeah, why wouldn't that be initialized? Unless it like went out of scope. It may have gone out of scope and that's why. And like gotten deleted or whatever. Does it happen again? Yes, it does. Okay. But we're going to, I guess I don't need it out there anymore. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pass that in there. Now that we've changed things. Now we'll try it. Like the thing with like the shaders is like, you can't actually allocate any new memory when it like within the shader code. It all has to be allocated up front. Like, part of what makes it so efficient, I suppose. But it just means you have to have all your buffers, which are essentially just like your arrays of floats and stuff. You got to have all those like filled out, and you got to tell it like what size they are and how many elements they have. Okay. Now let's try it. Okay, we haven't crashed, but we're not seeing any terrain. That's great. That's just fantastic. Let's see, do we even ever get here? Yes. Lots of things not garbage collected. Wonderful, wonderful. Probably because these callbacks never get hit. Yeah, they never get hit. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, this is not a construct. So let's do that. And maybe it was executing a copy of it. We're also not passing. We're doing a copy there as well. We need to rebuild. Anywhere else I should do that at? I'm thinking maybe because it was copying the callback, the original one wasn't actually getting called. Put a breakpoint here as well. I need to know when that happens. I mean, they're not doing it there. They're not. Maybe I don't even need this GPU buffer readback. I'm so confused. Wait, how is this actually working? I don't actually think I need that, do I? Yeah, I'm gonna guess that this is never actually ready. Breakpoints everywhere. Breakpoints everywhere. Okay, so we actually did get there. Type mapgen, batch render thread. Step forward. Oh, hang on. Go to the other page. Go to the other page. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that one. There we go. GPU is ready. What do we need to do? Come on, Ryder, you can do it. You got this. Fence. Okay, do we ever actually end up getting past that? Okay, we do, we do. Uh-oh. Okay. Can we skip? Can we get past this? No, we can't. Okay, we're gonna try that again. We're trying one more time. Yeah, I don't think I actually need this though. Like, I think I can just straight up call the callback after this. It's weird that they do the graph builder execute at the very end. How would that even work? I feel like that wouldn't even work. I feel like, yeah. Okay, so now this is, everything's broken. Everything is broken. So I'm gonna just, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna not do that. We're just gonna straight up call back to the game thread with our async callback. I'm not actually reading anything at this point. Yeah, let's see if we actually get data out of here. With that graph builder execute happening afterwards, I feel like it's not actually going to do anything. My god, so much happens in here. Okay. Will it work? No. Oh, okay. We got here. We got here. Look at our noise. Our noise is not filled out as I suspected. Okay. Noise map val. The number is actually way off as well. Why is that? Not only did it not fill out our data, but it actually messed it up too. Messed up the count. I wonder if it just wasn't done or something. Yeah, so graph builder execute happening after this is so weird to me. Because now this function really just isn't doing anything. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to not worry about that function at all anymore. Just do one of these. Wait, where am I calling this from? Okay. And then did I delete the execute? I did. I did. Yeah, I feel like execute and then async callback is in order. Okay. Alright, this will work. This will work. I'm manifesting it. Okay, it won't. It won't. Map data. So what is happening here? Why is this happening? Oh, am I doing this in like the game thread when, or the background thread when I'm not supposed to? Where are you called from? Very map chunk. Oh yeah, we were gonna have thread locking now, aren't we? That's what's happening. Okay. We're not thread locking, but there are multiple threads accessing the same variable. Okay, so but let me actually check here, because these, do they have data in them now? No, they don't. It's all empty. God damn it. It ain't even right. Because before I had to do like the flush rendering commands or whatever to get it to actually run the shader code. And I'm not doing that anymore. So it sounds like I need to. Can I put that in the, let me look at this function. Can I do this in the rendering thread? I guess I can. Okay, so do that. Where was it? Do that here. Okay, and then I need to solve this threading issue. I actually don't really care. Init I don't really care that this happens on the game thread or not. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So we do generate map chunk and that calls init chunk. Okay. Okay. I'm learning. I'm learning what my own code is doing. The init map generator, and then do I just and then generate map? Okay. So I think what I need to do is mapgen subsystem init chunk first off, or rather on the game thread, and so that'll like put it into the map and stuff. And then that should be able to... Well, no, I still have to read from it. Okay, so I think I need the critical selection then. We'll try one time without it, see if we actually need it or not. But I think I will have to do critical selection here. Okay. Okay, nothing's happening still. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's check some breakpoints here. See if we're getting hit here. Flap. I know, it's so impressive what I'm doing here. Okay, yeah, that's never getting reached. It was just a second ago, though. So what happened here? I'm also not copying there. Hold the applause, please. Hold the applause. I feel like I shouldn't delete that there, but we'll see. What? How? What? Is this never actually happening? Hang on. Do I get here? Am I generating the height map? Wait, what is, am I going crazy right now? Am I being gaslit by my own code? Okay, so, generate height map is never being called. Why? Did we get here? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, that's also what I thought. Call back. Oh, hang on. If it's... Oh, that's why. Yeah, we're just skipping. Duh. It was me who was wrong. It was me. Okay, let's change that. It hasn't generated. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that would be why no thread locks happened there. If it hasn't generated, we'll generate it. Otherwise, chunk equals map data at the chunk cord. Or and it's a U map generator. My bad, not a chunk. And then we can generate map data. Now we may have some more thread locking here, we'll see. Well, it's not thread lock. I'm using the wrong term there. I forget, what's it called when two threads try to read the same variable? Thread locking is happening where there's like a circular dependency of thread locks happening. Live coding, hello please. Okay, we're just gonna rebuild that if you're gonna be slow. Okay. Okay. Critical selection. Oh. Okay, so flushing rendering commands here doesn't work. Okay. And it couldn't scope lock, apparently. I wonder if I have to... Let me see. I wonder if I have to... Where the hell was I? Do this in the game thread, like I do that there. I feel like that's probably the answer. Maybe that slows it down, though? I would like to get this... I would like to get this not happening on the game thread as much as possible. Okay, so we did get there. Okay. What is happening? What, I don't even understand where this is getting called from. On the game thread, none of my code is actually getting touched here. What's it saying? Height map gen, some callback thing. Never actually played much with async, only async physics, and damn, it's so easy to crash the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Fortunately, I have a lot of experience with it, with my implementing the ECS system, the entity system I wrote. A lot of experience with not stepping on other threads' toesies. Okay, I wish this actually gave me a code pointer. That would be nice. That would be nice. It looks like the callback, like... I'm seeing something to do here with defunction ref caller. Height map gen. Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just this thing here. Did I pass it by copy instead? Oh, we got here. Okay. Okay, that worked. Epic went out of their way to make async physics tick, which is great, but it's also pointless because all the data you get from their getters and setters run on the game thread. So it was impossible by default to get the actual transforms of bodies updated at the times of physics. Yeah, I remember trying to play around with that as well, and I couldn't actually make it work without crashing or anything for what I wanted it for. God damn it, the data's still not here, and it's not even the right size either. Why is the size getting messed up? How is that even happening? I'm gonna not delete that. Num bytes is just this I feel like that's probably not how I should be using that. Maybe that's what's doing it. buffer resource get size. Is there just a get size on here? Get size. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I feel like that's probably why that's getting messed up. But the data wasn't even there to begin with. Async physics tick handle for each component. What does that do? Do you just get access to the async tick? I feel like I should never have tried this other method of doing it, of doing the shader execution. I have a feeling I'm just going to go back to uncommenting this and doing it my own way. What the async physics is reading and writing from, rather than the normal body instance. I see. Yeah, getting async physics working nicely would be pretty sick. I would definitely be interested. Okay, the size is still not right. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna go back. Yeah, see, now we've okay, so I think we need to pass these in by copy rather than ref. I was wrong there. We just pass that callback straight forward. Okay, yeah, so that should be the only other place we need to do it at. Oh, right there too. Okay, so literally undo everything. We're just gonna do it like we did. I regret everything. Thought I was there, but for the most part I do. But physics constraints run on the game thread, so I need to make my own constraints. What I'm doing at the moment. What are you trying to get to run asynchronously? But yeah, I have a nasty habit of like, oh yeah, this thing in Unreal Engine doesn't work the way I want to. Let me let me rewrite that. You know, terrain, entity system. I did a portion of gameplay ability system I rewrote, or rather overwrote. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the noise is probably still not correct. Yeah, it's all empty. What the fuck, man? Out noise is passed by ref. Out noise.get data. I'm doing it the same way. I'm doing it the same way. Maybe I just need to do this. I don't like, why was I messing around with this at all? Brain chunk. No, map generator. Go to the game thread. Do that there. Get rid of this callback. Get rid of it. Out noise. Pass that by rep. Size. This. Finished generating callback. Now that you can pass in as well. Okay, will this work? Nothing. I'm using async physics, so I need all the most recent. Oh, you're just trying to like query. Okay. So I just need to make all the getter setter that enforces related things work with async physics tech. Is there not something like, there's not some checkbox somewhere that you also need to check to like make the rest of the stuff, like, you know, so maybe like the tick phase or something like that? The number of times I've tried to like go out of my way to re-implement something and then someone's like, oh yeah, you just needed to do that. You need to go click a checkbox or something. It's still not working. Okay, I'm gonna breakpoint there. Why would I, like, I'm not doing anything different at this point. Like, this function is entirely the same now. Same as it was. Same as it was. There's a single async add force function that's built in by Epic for the async physics tick. It feels like it's either been abandoned or they're just on the same struggle bus. Yeah, that is odd. Hasn't it been in the engine for a while? Have you found anyone else trying to do the same thing that you're doing? Okay. Hopefully these breakpoints will illuminate some things for me. So out noise here is the right number. Okay, we have data. We have data. What's the problem? What's the problem? We have data. Okay, let's get rid of that breakpoint. We're here. Invalid. Okay. So maybe we just need to copy the out noise. Is that all we need to do? I think it came in 5. Did it come in 5.1? Yeah, I guess that's the version I started using. And I remember it being in there, so nobody seems to be able to make it work. Huh. Like, then you get to ask the question of, like, is it worth it for me to, like, work around all of Epic's bullshit, of Unreal Engine's bullshit, and, like, do what you're doing where you're, like, creating your own getters and setters and stuff like that? Like, is it worth it to do that? Or should I just, like, implement my own, like, slightly shitty physics? Because, like, I'm gonna end up doing my own collision for my entity system, and I've already done a little bit of it, where I have to iterate over the entities and check their locations and their capsules and stuff. Because I can't, okay, we've spawned. We've spawned. Look at that. We've done it. Okay, we don't have our... Uh-oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I commented it out. Okay. Clap. Thank you, thank you. We get to test how much faster this is. What? It's not even going to be that much faster. Watch. I did all that for nothing. There's too much, like, go to this thread, go to that thread, hoopla. Okay, well, it happens pretty... No, that actually happens way fucking faster. That was actually way faster. Holy shit. Holy shit, was that faster. Oh my god, that was 3 times faster. 5 seconds. 5.7 seconds. It was 20 seconds before. Oh. Oh. Look at that. Hey, all those people that raided, here's my terrain finally. It happens. Cool. Okay, I should have done that a long time ago. That is so much faster. Holy cow. Holy cow. Let me turn PCG on. Is this a forest? This is a forest. Make it work is really a case of almost everything on the game thread. So it's just about pulling data earlier and sending it to the same function. It's just like a maze. Okay, I have it working totally fine and fast for add force, add torque, add impulses, get locations and all transforms, but it's just the higher level stuff. Didn't expect, but it's actually harder, like the constraints. Yeah, physics constraints are tough. What engine was I using where I was working with that? In college, I think there was an engine called like libgdx or something, where you had to like add all the constraints yourself for like rigid bodies and stuff like that. And I was just creating like little like Pong clones at that point. Yeah, I remember that being like really odd. There it is. Yeah, you know, I should probably change if I'm gonna have the splines, I may as well just put the splines into PCG and then use that as the boundaries for my biome, because like look at that, that's not hot. That's not hot right there. That straight edge. But we did it, guys. I don't even need to profile it. Like, that's like miles faster. Could have done that before. Because now all that all the spline stuff we were working with at the beginning of the stream was still happening on the background thread now. Nikes. Nikes, that's fast. Look at it. Let's look at it. That has nothing to do with it. So there's some frame syncage happening. I wonder if I should queue these up and only like flush rendering thread once or something. I don't know what the flush rendering thread code does. Like parallel 4. Oh yeah, this is all the terrain mesh generation. Actually, I'm seeing it now. Which I'm gonna need to look into that. That's the dynamic mesh stuff. Mesh generator. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I tried to... This is one of those things where I feel you real hard, Pixel Shake. There's this the dynamic mesh component. So nice. So nice. But you can't build it on a background thread. Because it's got all these like safeguards and stuff in it. There's like all these like little check game threads all around, you know, like even though it doesn't like really need to happen, it's like, oh, if you do collision, you have to build the collision on the game thread or something. But it's like, oh, dude, and I don't want to like, I could just like, you know, build from source and delete those lines. But it's like, I don't want to do that, you know, so I try to work around it as much as possible. Yeah, I forget where that, I mean, we can, maybe I can just try it and see what happens. I'm doing this whole function on the game thread, which doesn't exactly need to happen. I think I just need to flush rendering command in the game thread. Made some huge savings there, though. I know. I was actually kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting that much. Like, I can't even find... Like, I can't even find the map generator timers on here. Like, that was just in a Pi session, so it'll be even faster. Like, there should be some map generator functions. Oh, there they are. There they are. Found them. Yeah, they're still there. Happening in parallel. But it's actually a much nicer loading experience as well, because you're not just stuck there staring at the screen while it's frozen. You can actually see the chunks load in. Yeah, let's actually... Okay, so let's try to optimize... We're already on the game thread. Okay, we're gonna start moving stuff off the game thread. I don't even think I need that anymore, but we'll pass it in anyways. Update mesh marching. So now this is happening on the background thread. So then I need to do like a I need to do a game thread callback here, but then that's going to affect this. So I could just change to call generate mesh in there. Or I could just do a callback again. Okay, callback it is. callback it is. And maybe I also want to have that on the game thread just in case I don't end up doing that. This is going to be ugly. Okay. Update that for me, Ryder. Thank you. Okay, so then we want the game thread shenanigans here. Plus rendering commands there. Async callback probably at the end somewhere. Okay, so then all this, we'll see what we can get away with. Whoops. Undo whatever the hell I just did. Okay, so this... okay, we're gonna need to do a lot of this. Actually, do I need to put this in here? Maybe. This is getting kind of gross. I don't like this, actually. Out tries... we can put that in by ref, I hope. I hope we'd be, well, I don't know if we'd be able to because we're initializing it up there actually, so I don't think we can. We just can't, we'd have to make a copy. New tries. There we go. The rest of these I think we can just copy because we don't need to edit them. This is the output of the marching cubes algorithm. Creator doohickey. Dynamic mesh component as well. Yeah, I'll definitely want to clean all this stuff up. Probably do that off stream, but I just got to make it work here now. So this is going to happen on the game thread as well. Yeah, that's on the game thread because we've got a flush. We append buffers. We do the async callback. Do the mesh generator. Okay, so all the heavy lifting is still going to be done on the game thread. I mean, really, there's not a whole lot. Well, this can probably... there's a lot that can probably happen off the game thread. Let's just... we'll just see if this works. It's probably going to crash. Silly me. It's probably going to not even compile. Oh yeah, I can't. Okay, no more blueprint usage. This is wrong too. Okay, ditching the blueprint integration already. None vertices. That needs to be captured. Captured all. Gotta capture them all. Named it functions. Okay. So everything that needs to happen on the game thread is still happening on the game thread, so maybe this will work. But it's just not going to be that much faster. All we're really doing is like prepping the buffers. Yeah, Hasmash is not necessarily going to be true after that. Well, let's see what happens. That did not work. That did not work, did it? Okay, so now we get to play the same game we were playing before, which was which lambdas aren't getting called. There's like triple nested lambdas here. That's great. Love that. Love that. Oh, that's not, well, we do call, see, like I can do that here and it's fine. Just like passes everything by ref. I mean, maybe that's an issue. Does it have, maybe it just has to be the first argument. Am I dumb? Yeah, I think it, okay. Learn something new, I think. Still, okay, so none of my breakpoints got hit. Nothing happened. Did I even get here? Like, did I get here? Okay, try it again. Okay, we are calling that. Oh, I wonder if in noise is empty. Why? Oh, yeah, I turned it off. I'm a I turned this off. Okay, we got to turn it back on. Actually test this. Oh boy. Okay, so I actually started like updating the wrong thing. Actually, I'm even dumber dumb. Double dumb. Not, it ain't even the right thing. I didn't even do the right thing. That was the 3D noise. Not doing the 3D noise. Doing the 2D noise. That is just in mesh generate. That's probably just in here, right? Is that where I did that? Yeah. Where are you called from, sir? Wait, what? Oh yeah, that would be why. Oh yeah. Okay, so what we need to do here is decent callback if we have no noise. Okay. Okay, we got there. Yes, we got there. Yeah, so this technically shouldn't be any faster. Let me rerun that and I'll see the stats better. If it breakpoints, it actually tallies that time, that breakpointed time in my output. 5.7 seconds, so yeah, essentially the same. Essentially the same. Okay. because we're generating terrain mesh on the game thread. Yes, we call back to the game thread and we go here. We call to the game thread and go here. And I think all I need to do... Oh boy, I forgot how painful this whole operation was. Let's not call back to game thread there. And let's just see what fails. Let's see what we hit. Because the only thing that needs to happen on the game thread here... I did collision stuff at the end, I guess. It's working, question mark? What? What? Did I actually pick up the changes? Oh, it would already be in the game thread. The callback happens. Well, no, it doesn't. It happens right there. Am I already in the game thread when this is called? Breast mesh. Where's this called from? Huh. Let me trace this. Okay, what is happening? Yeah, it's still on the game thread. Generate terrain mesh is on the game thread confirmed. Now I'm kind of confused. I'm like, I've confused myself with how much threading is happening here. It works. Is this already on the game thread? Where was this call from? That launches a background task. Update terrain chunk. Where was that? Wait, where was that? Request mesh. New mesh. That happens in a background thread. This is called right after that, so that should probably be removed. Update or init chunk. Okay, so it from here potentially. Where is request mesh? Yeah, breakpoint there. Need to see where that's called from. Update terrain chunk. Oh, I see. Finish doing callback. Okay. So yeah, this whole thing is on the game thread. Okay, generate terrain mesh. 3D. Okay. And it's because of it's because I called back on the game thread. Okay. Let's I guess let's just am I using AC using namespace UE, what is it? UE task. So So launch, we're gonna launch a new thread here. We'll call you Generate Terrain Mesh 3D. Okay, here's where everything's gonna break. Everything will now break. Because now things are actually happening on the background thread. I just need to restart. Okay, no. We're good. We're good. Okay. My fault. Uh-oh. Got a missing chunk. Couple of them. Couple of them. Okay. This is what I'm talking about right here. Generate terrain mesh, pin buffers to mesh. Mark actor component for needed end of frame update. Okay, so like why just the edit mesh function just kind of does that, does it? Mesh changed. Defer change events. Don't think that would matter. Okay. Mesh change, mesh, vertex change, mesh. Yeah. Okay. Notify mesh updated. Reset proxy. Mark render state dirty. Hey, you can just update next frame. How about that? That would be nice. And I guess I can skip through that though, right? Uh-oh. Can I? Flush rendering commands. Oh my god. Ugh. So annoying. Set new distance field. Like I don't need you to have a distance field on you at this very moment. I wish there was like a little checkbox for like, hey, I want to use this, I want to build this mesh async. Enter critical selection, bad state. Hey, I got through it. I actually did get through it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to tell how fast that is because I had to continue through everything. Let me see if there's anyone online who tries to do this. Unreal Engine dynamic mesh component. Async. See, and the thing is, like, I was using the procedural mesh component before I switched over not too long ago, and you can create that on a background thread. And it actually has you can actually just, there's a boolean for async cooking as well, which I turned off because I was already on a background thread. But that I could, you know, stream in and out very, very nicely. But if I can't get these dynamic meshes to run on a background thread, then it's gonna be a problem. Is it making the mesh data or applying it that's hurting? So I've already, like, when I make the mesh data, it's all on like the shader. So that's all, calculating all the vertices and the triangles and stuff like that is all done ahead of time in the shader. And so it's just the dynamic mesh component, like combining all of that data into a mesh, which technically works. I just have to click through a bunch of breakpoints. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone's... Doesn't seem like anyone is trying to do it. I'm gonna turn on the 3D noise and see what that looks like here. So this is gonna take even longer. Now, this isn't what you want, but is it even possible to convert that into a static mesh on the background thread and then have the dynamic mesh deal with the static mesh? Wait, why are you talking about static mesh? I'm confused. Where's the static mesh come into play? Because I have no static meshes. There are 0. Or you... let me read that again. And then have the dynamic mesh deal with the static. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what you're saying there. Yeah, we running, huh? We are running. Yeah, we can get rid of those. Uh-oh. Didn't like that, did we? We did not like that. Because I know that the engine seems to be very fast at converting detailed meshes to a dynamic mesh at runtime. So rather than building the dynamic mesh via data, you make a static mesh on the background and then have the dynamic mesh component convert that in the game thread. How many vertices are we talking for your highly detailed static or you know what I'm saying? How many verts are we talking? Because mine, I might have quite a bit more. But I mean, how would you even make a static mesh on a background thread? Yeah, how would you even make a static mesh on a background thread? The procedural mesh component can convert to a static mesh. Oh my god, that's such a roundabout way to do it. That's so hacky. So I'll have to profile some more and figure out what part is expensive. I do a lot of... And how I figured out how to like get the 2D height map to intersect with the 3D one, like I use a lot of, like, I do a self union and some other things, and I delete some triangles, add collision, like there's a lot I do. So I'll have to see which one of those is the most expensive. That's a very roundabout way to do it. It's kind of funny. And yeah, if it's just like the what I'm suggesting is 100% slower but smoother. I mean, I don't know. I had the procedural mesh component stuff down to like a science when I was using it, so it was really quite fast. But yeah, I mean, maybe what I could do is just each one of my steps I can just do in a separate frame and just do it across multiple frames just to make it smoother, like you say. The thing is, like, all I can ever do is just create the base mesh, and then all the operations that I do on it, like the self-union and stuff like that, I would have to do afterwards. You're about, but it's also accurate to what you're doing. You're making a mesh procedurally, want it to be dynamic. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. It's not a bad idea. It works, you know. Yeah, like I said, I'll have to, if the biggest part is just like this part right here, append buffers to mesh. This is where I just create the base mesh. If that is the part that takes the longest, then what you're saying would actually be a good idea. But I do this other stuff, this self-union, where I like intersect it with itself to repair, what does it say? I'm back here. Mesh Boolean union an object with itself to repair self-intersections, remove floating geometry, etc. And this is what helps me, like, because I have the 3D terrain underneath the height map, and I need to chop off everything in the 3D terrain above the height map. And then I need to like punch a hole through where the empty space is. And so this does a lot of it for me. And then I have to fix up a few more scenarios here and delete those from the mesh. So, and then I have to do collision, which I don't think I need to be doing this, actually. I think this is way more complicated than what I need to be doing for collision, because I'm just going to be using complex collision, so I think I should just put like a simple box collider on there or something for the simple collision, because I'm not even going to be using that. Anyways, back to this issue here. Mem copy. Okay, so I assume we're copying memory. What is my memory at right now? Unreal Engine's at 10 gigs. What's my GPU memory? Is that high? Okay, GPU memory quite high actually. 7.5 gigs out of 12. And my triangle's data size is probably quite large. Yeah, let me look at this. What is this number? 1152 with 4 zeros after it. Okay, so that's only 11 megabytes, actually, so that's not too bad. I thought that there was going to be a lot of data right there. I mean, is this happening just because a lot of it's on the background thread? Is that why? Wonder all this is, let me see. What was that again? It was outtries. Which is passed in by ref. Maybe I should copy it in there. Maybe I should copy all of that in there. Oh, right, but then I can't update it. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just wondering if I need to, like, copy these things in here. Wondering if they're going out of memory or something. Should we just run it again and see what happens? Well, that's not going to compile. Okay, auto verts equals out vertices. Yes, I know. Cry me a river, Unreal Engine. Cry me a river. Cries. Normals. These may be potentially expensive copies, but at least it'll work. Oh shit, there's another one there. Okay, verts 1. Normals 1. It's ugly, I know. Aren't all babies ugly, though? Okay, are we good? Let's try that. Verts 1 is already part of the... Okay, cool. What now? God. Cannot convert argument 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Tries? Are you serious? You want explicit types? Is that what you want? What? Now convert argument 3. Zero, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Oh, does this one needs to be ref? That one's fine. I don't care about that one. Okay. Okay, run it. Ship it. Not failing. Is it actually doing stuff though? Okay, it is doing things. Okay, this is good. This is good. still going. Oh, no, we're not. Okay. Copy to empty. Why? Copy to empty. What does it mean? What does that mean? But I assume we're trying to like copy data or something. Do I need to pass this iconstref? Or is there something else? I mean, all that ran without failing. Async callback is passed through 2 different lambdas, though. What am I even async calling back to? I've forgotten at this point. Generate terrain mesh. I mean, I might as well just fucking call that directly. I need an instance of the mesh generator. Maybe all of this should go in the mesh generator, honestly. Okay, we'll have to wait a while. I'm surprised that most of that actually worked, though. Like, a lot of things happened here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that may be where I end it tonight. I gotta hop off. Yeah, happy about the blinds got better. Maybe we'll need to do Niagara stuff with that. Performance improvements were great. I need to clean this up though. This is all messy. This has been a hack job for about 4 weeks now. So I need to clean it up. And I'll probably be able to actually figure that out, this issue out when that happens. Let me see who else is streaming. Jedem. We'll send you guys over to Jedem. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Good stream. Good stream. I felt productive. Pixel Shake, thanks for stopping by. Cludaz, you as well. Appreciate the raid from Manisha Game Dev. I'm gonna have to check. I believe it's a her? Question mark. If not, he. I'll have to check them out. Let's see what kind of dev they do. But yeah, as always, thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you all again next time.